It's actually funny you mentioned as a native New Yorker. Until I moved here for work, I never knew. When I was a kid, I didn't know where Chicago was.
No.
It was New York and L.A.
Yeah.
and
Right.
everything in between. Who cared about it, really? So talking about when the sitcom, you guys picked up for a second year now. How big an achievement is that for you guys? When you first started doing the pilot and then things started rolling for you, what were the actual thoughts really?
I apologized in advance to everybody on the show when we were doing the pilot, because I've done several pilots and several shows that have lasted for a very short time and then gotten canceled.
You're the Madden curse.
I totally am, and I just thought it was the right thing to do to kind of put that out on the table and say, if we don't get picked up, or if we do get picked up and canceled very shortly after, I'm sorry, it's probably my fault. And everybody was really cool about it, and somehow we've made it to a second year, which I've never done before on anything. So
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, we've completed 31 episodes
31, yeah.
now. I don't know. There was just sort of a feeling of like, it's TBS's first original scripted show. So, and we've all had jobs elsewhere where like networks are like, hey, go get them, and then they just leave the room. Like TBS is really, I mean, they want the show to succeed. You know, there's not 50 shows waiting in the hopper that can replace us like that. This is, you know, they've made their schedule. So you kind of had this feeling from the get-go that we were at least going to have every opportunity to succeed. Whereas on other networks, sometimes you go by the wayside pretty quick. It's a fun place to work. It really is.
It's also been fun too, just to work in cable, because we've all worked on some of the the bigger network stuff. Being cable, they loosen the reins a lot. Like we get away with a lot more stuff in terms of content, but also on top of that, there's so many less cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like I've worked on network shows where there's literally a dozen executives at every table read with the red pen out, just like marking through stuff.
Just
and here,
justifying their title.
yeah, and with us, everyone from the Turner side, from the Sony side, the TBS side, they show up and they come to hang out, and they come to laugh, and they we've sort of proven that we know how to do what we do.
Oftentimes when somebody sells a show to a network, which is a great achievement, but then by the time it goes through the ringer, the show's it's not the show they bought. TBS was sort of set on, and I think they do it with all their shows. The show they buy is the show they want to make. They have their input, of course, and it's all good input. But they kind of, it's like, no, this is what we want.
Welcome to the web. We don't have any limits. We don't know what the hell we're doing. Just whatever.
And for those of you that can't see, there's a fire burning in the corner
Right over there.
No
There's
one's
a
doing
motorcycle and
anything about
horses outside. Can I say that?
Well, you think we set this up for a look? We're messy. This is it.
They're crashing this joint. The owner's going to be home in a minute.